Okay, so Bo Nix, 4-3 to start his career. He, going into the draft last year, various times he was up near the top 5. Then he ends up going kind of, mid-first round to the Broncos. What have you seen from him? Do you see promise here?
I don't. And what's disappointing is that there was a ton of hype. Even after he fell a little bit in that first round, Sean Payton comes on here. Hey, this is my guy. This is exactly who we wanted. This guy's going to be a star. Big preseason, all the Broncos fans. We moved on from Russ. We're going to get this electric rookie. I find him to be very, very underwhelming. And obviously they won tonight, but he misses throws. And the most concerning part is he doesn't throw the ball very well. It's not like I see he's got a cannon. I mean, this is a very poor, it's almost hard to do because both guys are absolutely wide open. And you look at his footwork, Herb Street said it a lot on the broadcast. He didn't set his feet. Like, these are basic, fundamental things of playing quarterback. I also find that his ball doesn't have a ton of zip on it. He's not reading much. It's very disappointing because I sit here and you think to yourself, hey, you talk about Drew Brees night, you talk about Sean Payton. Is this a guy that we can really see grow? And you look at some of these other guys that have played, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams last week. You're kind of waiting for Bo Nix to maybe take a step in the right direction. And granted, they ran the ball well tonight. We talked about it, a ton of yards. But simple plays that he's missing, I'm not seeing what everybody else is seeing. Let's put it that way.
When Haney came in for Rattler at the end, when Rattler got injured, Haney was the best quarterback on the field tonight.
By far. And there's zip on his ball, and he looked in control. It's not panicked. Again, he's down a bunch. There's no pressure. But, like, the tools looked better than anything we saw.
What did I call him? Haney? It's Hainer.
He's got some strange pictures online, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
football pictures, but strange ones.
I was just going to say, moving on. Strange, but he is a quirky dude. Okay, Sean Payton, 12-12 in his first 24 games with Denver. Remember when he went there and we were all surprised because he had his pick of pretty much any job he wanted, and he went to the Broncos. He gets Russ. It doesn't work out. How do you think it's worked out since then? How do you think it's worked out overall?
I think overall it's been a bit of a failure. Not a colossal failure, but, and again, I keep going back to Drew Brees, and I think that, to me, I look at Sean Payton, and I think of Drew Brees is a huge part of his success. Sean has this aura around him that he's this quarterback guru. He's this really offensive genius. And I know a few people very well that have played with Drew Brees, and you talk about how great he was. Did he do a lot of these things for Sean? Sean giving him the X's and O's, and Drew's really executing them at an incredibly high level. That's kind of where my head would go. I look at this. Russ and him obviously didn't get along. That whole situation was terrible. We just talked about Bo Nix, and granted, it's still very, very early, but Bo certainly doesn't look special, even when you're comparing him to other rookies in this league. And I think that if you're a Broncos fan, you got Sean Payton, you thought this guy was really going to turn the program around.
Absolutely.
Look great on offense, and they're really below average on offense, and they played pretty good defensively.
Hey, I'll say this. I'll bet Nathaniel Hackett is available again. They want to go down that road one more time.
I don't know if Broncos fans want that.
Hey, you alluded to it. I alluded to it. Your former teammate, Richard Sherman, at halftime. Let's listen to the rant one more time.
I'm confused. I'm vexed. I'm perplexed. I don't get it. They don't want to tackle. They don't want to make plays. These are good players. Tyrann Mathieu is a good player. Why the easiest interception of his life to send him to number 36 and he drops it? I see guys not have an effort to get to the ball carrier, to make tackles. Like, I don't understand this. It seems like they want to get their coach fired. That's the effort they're playing with. Then Dennis Allen, you call a timeout
so we
can watch your quarterback take a knee.
Yeah, we got stuff to do.
Do you want to torture these
What is going on?
I mean, they're gonna be waiting at his car after this game.
First of all, your guy was fired up there.
So, Jay, I saw that, and I want to be very honest here. That is a Wednesday at lunch for my guy, the real Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
And I love him. Don't get me wrong. He is the man. But that's, baseline Sherm. Hopefully, they let him cook a little more on there.
I would agree. We need more of that Richard Sherman on that broadcast.
And if they let him go, he will go.
Yeah.
And it is awesome.
But
yes,
he's obviously, it's interesting for him to come out and say, essentially he's saying the players are quitting on their coach.
Yes.
Right?
And he's right.
Yeah.
Everything he said there, I know it's animated, but he's completely right.
Yeah.
You look at this game today, and yes, I get that they're injured, Jay, but that's not, you don't come out here like we're injured, we're just going to throw in the towel. Yes, there's a lot of physical mistakes, drop balls, penalties, etc. But to me, it was just the overall attitude, enthusiasm. You're playing on a prime time night in the NFL. Come out here, put your foot in the ground, and try and do your best despite the injuries. Instead, it was brutal drops. It was brutal execution. It was no emotion. You got ran all over. The touchdown of Javonte Williams, it was the parting of the Red Sea. No one's even touching this guy. And you can see it on the sideline. Every time they go to the sideline, guys are sitting on the bench like, don't care. And you said it. It's a telltale sign that you quit on your team or that you don't respect your head coach or that the group isn't tight enough to say, hey, backs against the wall, short week, we're really injured. We don't care. We got NFL players in here. We're going to make a game out of this thing. Nobody wanted anything to do with this game. It was evident across the board. You get blown out by the Denver Broncos, who are not a great football team, especially when their best defensive player, Surtain, is not playing.
Right.
So, again, I understand Sherm's on a bit of a roll there. He's on a heater, but he's not wrong.
I love that, Richard Sherman. I'm with you. Hey, Sunday night, we got a great one coming up. Because, 2 weeks ago, I might not have said this was a great one. But now, all of a sudden, we have the debut of Davante Adams for the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers debut of Russell Wilson. What do you think for this one?
I can't wait. From a football standpoint, I really want to see Aaron and Davante, that chemistry back. And I think we'll get at least a sneak peek, maybe the full course. Maybe the full course Sunday night. And I think Russ turns back the clock a bit as well. I think he has a good night.
And I know you always talk about George Pickens. Interested to see if Russ can get him involved.
He'll be slinging it up there.
I hope so.
He'll give him a shot.
I hope so. And here's what I know. Luke's going to join me right after that game on Sunday. We follow every primetime NFL game this season.